Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. I hope you're filled with turkey like I am, although tonight I am feeling a bit light, a bit vulnerable, a bit see-through, just like people can just see right through me after the way I performed this week and my team. It hurt. I feel like Anyway, with me as always is the Statman Petey Cunningham and the commish Clyde Randall Waters. We're going to start this week off by breaking down last week's matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
We got the Unseen Academicals versus Mr. Clutch's fake football team. Statman, break it down.
Great matchup here. Unseen Academicals, playoff hopeful. Mr. Clutch's fake football team knew that if they brought it this week, they would be a lock for the playoffs. And in this one, just almost like always, it came down to Monday night.
It all comes down to Monday night.
That it does.
Aaron Rodgers came out Monday night, scored 27 points to give Mr. Clutch the win by 13 points over Unseen Academicals. Mr. Clutch's fake football team, this gave them, spoiler alert, gave them 10 wins. Locks them into the playoffs. Unseen Academicals came into this week 7-6, looking like they had a really good shot at the playoffs. Lost this matchup. Not sure how they did in their other one. We'll get to it later. But you thought Unseen Academicals was coming off 31 from Jordan Reed on Thursday. Really liked them in this matchup. And their team really didn't show up.
Oh no, Eric Ebron honestly didn't show up. They went with the two tight end set on Unseen Academicals with Reed and Ebron. And Ebron, nothing. Goose egg. And we know historically that in this league, a goose egg will sometimes help you, but not when the playoffs are on the line like in this game.
Nope. Antonio Brown on Thursday got Mr. Clutch 32. That trade has turned out to be quite a boom for Mr. Clutch's fake football team.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Definitely helps pick up the slack for the weak running back core that Mr. Clutch has.
All right. Anything else on this one, ladies and gentlemen?
No. I'm sorry, what?
Ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's just gentlemen. We don't have any ladies on this. We could use some ladies on this show.
We could.
Get the big Dynasty gals, have them over here dancing or something.
What?
Huh?
I was thinking more like an Aaron Andrews, like, sports announcer.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's fine. We can do that, too. I'm in either way. Next up, let's break down some of these other games here. Do we want to break them all down, or do we want to just select a few?
Well, I think since it's doubleheader week, let's look at notable matchups that had some serious playoff implications.
I think we at least let's hit the scores on everyone. Maybe a note since there was serious playoff implications this week.
All right, let's go. I'm just going to
show off. You can say that word and I can't. Implications.
Implications.
You knocked me out of the playoffs last year. Don't think I haven't forgotten it.
All right. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top to the bottom.
Let's do it.
All right. First up, we had Wayne Enterprises versus Unseen Academicals. Man, Wayne Enterprises. They showed up to get points this week.
They showed up. They had Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell. He had huge games on Thursday. Shady McCoy and Mike Evans, big games on Sunday. And Breezy, 39 points this week. Wayne Enterprises was determined to get 2 wins this week, and 2 wins they did.
Just imagine if you would have started Michael Thomas instead of Allen Robinson and Thomas Rawls. You might have had highest point scoring game ever.
That would have been the highest point scoring game in BDL history. But
your bench outscored a couple teams in the league this week.
Ouch.
It was a rough week for some teams. Next up, we got the JPP Firework Incident, who had a very low score for them, versus the FC Acid Kickers. Commish, anything on this one worth pointing out?
Well, the JPP Firework Incident had a rough week. For somebody who's in the hunt for a division win, not just a playoff spot, but winning their division, only managing to put up 87 points. That's just not how you're going to win in the Big Dynasty League. The Acid Kickers, who a couple weeks ago was having a rough time, couldn't even field a whole team a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's
amazing. Setting your lineup, you get points. Wow.
Putting up 167 points with a 93% efficiency rating. Even if JPP Firework Incident came in and got their best lineup out there, they still would have been about 60 points short to come through in this. It's a rough week. Hopefully they can bounce back this week so they can go for that division win and hopefully keep a playoff spot.
I think this was the classic look ahead from the JPP Firework Incident. They knew they had a marquee matchup in Week 13. They know they still got a shot at the division even though they went 0-2. I think this was just looking ahead and disrespecting your opponents this week. And definitely cost them, no doubt.
All right, next up we got the Scarlet Pimps versus Hernandez Pistol Offense. Statman, anything notable on this one?
This was a really, really good game. Thought that the Pimps would get the win in this one. And Hernandez Pistol Offense, Devontae Adams Monday night, destroying people with 28. Jordy was 17. Wendell Smallwood got 5. But enough for Hernandez Pistol Offense to come back, get the win in this matchup, keep their playoff hopes alive. They now have 8 wins. They're now 8-7. There's some serious drama for this team this week.
What matchup are we looking at?
When we look at the Pimps.
Pimps versus Hernandez?
Oh, sorry. I'm like... My thing screwed up. I'm looking at Hernandez versus Get Off Me, and I was like, oh, that wasn't a win. Sorry, let me find where this... My order is different than yours. So.
That one was a loss for Hernandez Pistol Offense. So let's look at the bright note in this one.
There it is.
He beat the division champ from the Beards and Beatdown divisions. Got 144, still alive for the playoffs. Hernandez Pistol Offense in the hunt.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He did say division champs because the Scarlet Pimps have locked the division down.
It up.
Already won back their entry fee, former champ or current champ. Next up, we got Los Pandas Desnudo versus the San Francisco 69ers. What do you got on this one, Statman?
Los Pandas Desnudos not helped by the -5 from that Cowboys defense. Kirk Cousins went off, and it cost you. You lost by 6.5.
I know.
So you need a few positive points. That didn't help.
If I could have just had something from a defense, could have pulled through a victory here and been spoiling the Niners' playoff run.
Next up, we got the EBDB B&B versus the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons. And let me just tell you, I already know what a pathetic job my team did this week. I'm going to maybe bring in Shia LaBeouf, see if it can help. I don't know.
Sorry, Shia LaBeouf is contracted to Los Pandas Desnudos. You're going to have to find your own celebrity person to pump up your team.
All right.
Bourbon Barons only had 75% efficiency, but even 100% wouldn't have been enough.
That one guy might be available.
In this one.
The Rogues guy with the hair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what's going on.
What's that guy's name?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
What guy?
The guy that does the workout videos, has the curly hair, older guy.
Richard Simmons?
Yeah, he'd probably be available to pump up your team.
Oh.
He would pump them up, that's for sure.
We're all right. Moving on here, we got Mr. Clutch's fake football team versus the EBDB B&B. What we got on this one, Commish?
Wait.
Mr. Clutch versus who?
The EBDB B&B.
Your order's different than mine.
Didn't play
Am I reading the wrong one? EBDB?
Versus FC Acid Kickers.
Oh, okay. Look, guys, it's a doubleheader week. It's a lot of information.
EBDB versus FC Acid Kickers. FC Acid Kickers, second most points this week. As we talked about, Emmanuel Sanders, 29. Odell Beckham, 27. That 1.8 from Danny Amendola didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. Got the win with a 93.7% efficiency rating. FC Acid Kickers, they're turning it on, but it's a little too late.
Next up, we got Get Off Me versus the JPP firework incident. Anything on this one?
Get Off Me got a big win. Keep them in the playoff hunt. JPP firework incident had a terrible week and they've already lost.
All right, we got the Scarlet Pimps versus Hernandez. Did we already do that one?
Already did that one.
Why is it on here twice? I don't know. Anyway, the other games happen too. Let's move on to the awards.
Ooh, maybe we should have took this week off too.
We're coming off a bye week. We had a lot of food.
Yeah. That turkey coma, it's a real
stressful.
thing.
Our very own Mike Barry here is under a lot of tension with the playoff hunt going on. He's desperate to get into the playoffs.
My boss went down this week.
A lot of stress going on. Anyway, let's move on.
The Hershey Milk Dud of the Week, which goes to Antonio Gates, owned by me, because he didn't score anything.
Didn't even have a target.
Didn't have a target. He was on the field. He was healthy.
Just like Brandon Cooks.
He just
nothing thrown his way.
I have no idea why. It's his favorite target most weeks, and he just nothing. Bupkis, absolutely nothing.
It's that new guy, Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, balling out.
He's coming in. He's the rookie. He's got that speed. He's got that flash. He got like 10 points.
Next up, we got the Ram pickup of the week.
Touchdowns.
Brought to you by Ram. Built by Ram, sold by Ram. Ram. Who's getting this one, Kamish?
The Ram pickup of the week for week 12 in the Big Dynasty League goes out to Adam Thielen. Started by JPP firework incident.
It's like the third or fourth time. Third time minimum that this team has won the pickup of the week. And I knew the second I saw he picked him up that was going to be the award winner. I should have just
I have no idea who this person is. What position does he play?
Wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
They're like
13.3 points this week. It's a good pickup.
He scored double digits in a lot of weeks.
I'm starting to get concerned, though, that maybe Allen, owner of JPP Firework Incident, thinks that the Ram pickup of the week, if he gets the most, he gets like a Ram.
He doesn't get anything for that.
I don't think he realizes it's just sponsored by
You gotta
Ram.
win to get money.
It's not.
And just
You don't
get a ride in the Ram.
Just a little inside
Ram.
Just a little inside football here, if you will, about how the show works. We've made up the sponsors. They don't exist.
There's a wasp over here.
It doesn't. I mean, we've made it all up. There's no actual sponsors, just to be clear. So trying to get an award will do you no good. Next up, we got the Whoopin' of the Week, brought to you by Whoppers. Statman, talk about it. I'm sad.
I tell you what, for one person on the set, good things happen when these two teams play. For one team, one person on the set, bad things happen when these two teams play. Wayne Enterprises versus Cincinnati Bourbon Barons. 119-point win. In our preseason show, we said over under 100 points. First 100-point win this year. I was like...
I knew no matter what I did, I was going to have a bad week. Any time I play you, not only does your team go off, my team just farts on itself.
I've got some stats when I was doing show research. The three largest margin of victory games in BDL history. Right here. This was number
All three of them?
This was number 2. Number 1 and number 3.
Oh!
And number 13.
Oh.
And we've only played 5 games against each other.
I don't know what it is. It really is. Every single time we go together, it's not just your team going off. I mean, your team, you did really good this week. 198 points. I'm not trying to discredit that.
But your team just
my team just always lays an egg every time we play.
Yeah, you did beat me the 5th time we played, though. I'm only 4-1 against you.
Well, I'm hoping that I can still get the playoffs and I get my revenge this year in the championship.
That would be very sad for me, but that would be very fun.
It would be awesome for me.
For the league.
Next up, we got the Resurrected Team of the Week, brought to you by Lazarus Department Stores. This one is going out to Get Off Me!
Get off me! Get off me!
Went from the second fewest points in a loss to the third most points in a double win. Congratulations, sir.
Get off me making a playoff run.
The Poopery Poo Poo Team of the Week goes out to me. I have that stank. It's awful. I didn't even get 80 points. I get the poop emoji back with the poopery. I'm not going to spray the poop emoji with the poopery because it stinks. Well, it's not stinks. It
smells good, but it is
potent. It's meant to go in the toilet, not in the air. It's just awful. Awful week by me. Hopefully not a thing. Hopefully I'll bounce back this week and have a good one. Surprise Player of the Week brought to you by Proactive. When you're going to get breakouts, use Proactive. It'll clear up your zits and crap so you can try to get ladies. Is going to who? Kamish.
Goes out to Tyreek Hill, started by Get Off Me. 32.5 points this week.
Tyreek Hill been a PPR monster in the past few weeks with Macklin out. All culminated in 32 points this week against that stingy Denver defense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That does it for the awards of the week this week. We're moving on to next week. But first, we're going to throw it over to the commish, who's going to go over playoff scenarios with him and the stat man in a little segment we call Playoff Corner.
All right. Well, we've been crunching the numbers. Statman has been doing the work while he's at work, crunching the numbers, doing the manual math with a calculator and a pencil. Me, I went to a website called the Playoff Computer Online and put the numbers in and had it tell me what was happening. Surprisingly, we've come across basically the same information. Let's see here. Let's just throw it out here. Let's look at, just so you're aware of how the tiebreakers kind of work out for the playoff scenario. You got your winning percentage, conference winning percentage. Then it's going to go to head-to-head matchups. Then it goes to points scored. Then it's going to go to your division winning percentage. Then it's going to go for your points against you from the high to the low. That makes sense. Basically looking at your strength of schedule. Anyways, you throw that in there. The computer does some magic. It looks at these tiebreakers. It looks at everyone's previous matchups. It looks at the matchups coming up for next week. And it takes a look at some guesses of what your current lineup may be and projections of scores and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And here's what we found out.
So let's go through 4 teams that have playoff spots locked up.
Okay.
Scarlet Pimps, they are either going to be the number 1 or the number 2 seed.
They've locked up their division and their playoffs.
Division and they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
They've won back their entry fee.
The Scarlet Pimps are the only full out
lock it down.
Locked down. They got the division. They got the playoffs. They're good to go. We have a few teams now that are a lock for a wild card playoff spot. Right?
We have 3 teams that are a lock for at a minimum wild card playoff spot. We got from the Punters Y division.
Why?
The Wayne Enterprises, JPP Fireworkinson, and Mr. Clutch's Fake Football Team are guaranteed to be
in the playoffs
and be anywhere from a 1 to a 4 seed.
Yes.
So top 4 seeds are locked up. We just don't know the order yet.
And all 3 of those teams are fighting it out for the division winner of the Punters Why division.
Which means you get $100 back.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, that's what we.
Hey, it's about the money.
That's true. Anyways.
So then the drama comes in.
Well, let's before we get into the rest of the drama, let's talk about who's just out, who's eliminated from all playoff contention. We got a few teams here. One, FC Acid Kickers. you're out. Sorry, you're out. No playoff spots for you. You have an opportunity of ruining some other people's playoff bids, but no playoff spots for you. EBDBB&B. First year in the league. Clearly not as good as your brother. No playoff spots for you. And
Savage.
And then me, the commissioner.
Apparently, Randall Waters.
The distractions of running this intense league this year pulled me away from tending to what needing to be done in this league with my team, and I'm out of playoff contentions this year.
All right. So what's left for the other, was it 2 spots that are up for grabs?
Essentially, yeah.
2 spots up for grabs. 5 teams mathematically have a shot at those 2 spots.
Math.
So much drama here in week 13.
So much drama.
All right. So we got 2 teams. This could be really easy this week. We have 2 teams that win and they're in.
Okay.
And then there's no drama, no tiebreakers, no nothing. They just got their stuff done. That is Cincinnati Bourbon Barons.
What?
And,
yeah, they're talking about me this late in the season.
And Hernandez's pistol offense. Winning you're in, fellas. Winning you're in.
Whew. Come on, Timmy, let's do
it. That's right. So that leaves these other franchises who have a shot but are going to need some help at getting their playoff spot. Let's look at Get Off Me.
Get off me!
Get Off Me, who week 3 or 4, basically I felt like started throwing the towel in on this season, thinking the season was over. Still has a chance of getting in the playoffs. Here's the scenario. Get Off Me, to clinch a playoff spot, needs to have Hernandez pistol offense beat the 69ers, and Get Off Me will need to beat the Acid Kickers, and they will need Los Pandas Desnudos to beat the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons.
So they need to take care of them, and they need a lot of help.
There's a couple of scenarios there, but that's like the clear path there. They need a lot of teams that are going to struggle to win. They have to win themselves to clinch a playoff spot. They do have an opportunity, though, in a certain scenario where they could tie for a playoff spot, in which case that playoff spot could be determined by the points tiebreaker. That scenario is Get Off Me beats the Acid Kickers, and Los Pandas Desnudos beats the Bourbon Barons, but the Niners beat Hernandez pistol offense. Yeah, I know, crazy, mind blowing here.
So many scenarios.
Basically, Get Off Me, you gotta win this week. Just get that in your head. You gotta win this week, and you need to root for Los Pandas Desnudos and Hernandez pistol offense. All right.
Win.
Who else is there? So let's look at the Unseen Academicals.
Who's looking at it faces the toughest road to making the playoffs. But just saying there's a chance.
There is a chance. They're going to need the Niners to beat Hernandez pistol offense, the Acid Kickers to beat Get Off Me. They have to beat the Scarlet Pimps. Or they can have it to where the Acid Kickers beat Get Off Me, and Los Pandas Desnudos beat the Bourbon Barons, and then again, Academicals beat the Scarlet Pimps.
So Unseen Academicals is rooting for FC Acid Kickers, Los Pandas Desnudos, and the 69ers.
Yes.
Okay.
Then let's look at the 69ers' shot at a playoff berth. They can clinch a playoff spot if they can beat Hernandez pistol offense and the Pimps beat the Unseen Academicals. In all the scenarios, the Niners have to win this week for them to get into the playoffs. The Niners need to win, and they're going to need a couple other key wins. So they're going to be rooting for the Scarlet Pimps and Acid Kickers and Los Pandas Desnudos. Let's look at it from percentages. Maybe something a little easier to understand. The Niners. At this point right now, your chance of a wild card playoff berth is 24%. Get off me. Your chance at a wild card playoff berth is 9%. Unseen Academicals, your chance at a wild card playoff berth is 12%.
So Get Off Me faces the toughest road. Okay.
Then, as we said before, Cincinnati Bourbon Barons, if you win, you're basically in. You got an 81% chance of a playoff berth. Hernandez Pistol Offense, same scenario, putting you at a 66% chance of a playoff berth. That's some math for you right there.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Statman, anything else you want to add to that?
No, it's exciting to see so much drama in Week 13. I think most years we have a little bit of drama, but normally it's over one, like 2 teams at a shot at one spot, maybe 3. This year to have 5 teams that have a shot at it, and every single game matters this week.
Yeah.
Except for one, I believe.
I'm pretty sure by this time,
Only one game doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure by this time, or in previous season, we'd already known both division winners by this time in the season.
Usually.
We still have a division up for grabs, people.
We're really balancing out the league. It's super competitive. I'm super excited about it.
I'm telling you, the NFL can't script football as well as we can.
Exactly. And you know it's scripted, right?
You got drama here in the big drama league, the big Dynasty league.
Big drama.
See what I did there?
I did. I liked it. All right, let's take a look at this week's matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
This week's matchup of the week is between who, Statman?
Wynn Enterprises, JPP Firework Incident.
Ooh, the division's on
The
the
revenge
line.
game. The revenge game. JPP Firework Incident beat Wynn Enterprises by less than a point in Week 5. Wynn Enterprises hasn't forgotten it. And when Enterprises wins this game, they win the division. If they lose this game, they're going to be a wild card because they cannot win any tiebreakers. Drama. Here in this game.
JPP Firework wins this game, they have a really good chance of being the division winner.
Bum, bum, bum.
So let's look at this matchup. Let's
Break
look
down
at
for
the
me,
matchup.
Commish.
Well, it looks like Firework Incident hopefully can bounce back after an 89-point week in Week 12. But so far, their projections aren't putting them much more than where they were at. Projected only 93 points this coming week versus Wayne Enterprises at a projected 161.
That's a big gap to make up.
Also, let's take this in consideration. In the matchups between these two franchises, Wayne Enterprises is 6-1 all time over the JPP Firework Incident. Now we know JPP Firework Incident historically has been that, they've been the Browns of this league, honestly. And this year they're turning it around, but could the past come back and haunt them in Week 13 with all this on the line?
Drama.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. Let's lock it in here. Commish, who you taking?
Well, I'm going to have to go. Man. I think it's going to be Wayne Enterprises. But I'm going to go Wayne Enterprises.
I'm going Wayne Enterprises as well. I got faith in my stat man. I think the JPP Firework Incident is getting a little bit too much tinker and heading down the stinker route. Because they've been tinkering so much, they're overthinking it. I think Wayne Enterprises is going to pull it off. However, JPP Firework Incident, you're doing a great this year. Really impressive for it being a new addition to the league. With that said, Statman, who are you taking? Are we sweeping it? Or do you not have faith in yourself?
Sweep it.
Sweep it!
I'm going with Wayne Enterprises to get the win, get the division. Don't like some of the player matchups for Wayne Enterprises, but got to go with my team. I got to go with my team. This match has been circled on the calendar since week 5. I've been ready for this one. Let's get it done.
All right. Next up, we got Los Pandas Desnudo versus the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons. Statman, break it down for me, please.
Bourbon Barons win, and they're in. Losing, they need a lot of help to make it. They control their own destiny here. Bye's hitting them at a hard time. They got Duke Johnson and Corey Coleman both on bye. Not sure who the substitutes could be. Both the running backs play on Monday Night Football. Always comes down to Monday nights, like we always say.
I hate
Monday Night Football. I am excited about this matchup. I feel like I have to go with the Bourbon Barons because they win and they're in. I'm going with Los Pandas Desnudos, though. In an upset. Edelman. I think Edelman will have a big game. No, I'm going Bourbon Barons. I'm going Bourbon Barons. Locking it in. Bourbon Barons.
I'm going Bourbon Barons because I believe it myself. Kamish, are we going to sweep it?
Look, in the 4 years of this rivalry, the Los Pandas Desnudos are 5-2 all time over the Bourbon Barons. You beat me once already this season. I'm coming back in the rubber match. I'm going Los Pandas Desnudos.
Okay. Next up, we got Hernandez Pistol Offense versus the San Francisco 69ers. I'm taking Hernandez. Winning, he's in. I think he's confident that he can do it. Statman, who are you taking?
Wow. Oh my gosh. Big time matchups this week. Hernandez Pistol Offense winning, they're in. Winning, they're in. They got Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson going against statistically high-rated passing defense in the Texans. But it's at home for the Packers. Texans on the road, not so good. I'm going Hernandez Pistol Offense to get the win and make the playoffs.
All right, Kamish.
Well, HPO, Hernandez Pistol Offense, is 0-5 all time against the Niners. 0-5. And this is a must-win game. They have to win this game really to secure their playoff hopes. Right now, it's a 3-point difference between the projections of these two teams. But I think the Niners showed a little crack in the facade last week, only putting up 125 points. I think the Hernandez Pistol Offense is going to have a big showing from their dual tight end threat of Martellus Bennett with Gronk possibly being out again, and Jimmy Graham coming to life in that Seattle offense. I'm taking HPO.
All right. That is a sweep, I believe. Next up, we got...
Sorry, Timmy. You just lost. Sorry.
Next up, we got Mr. Clutch's fake football team versus the EBDBB. Kamish, who you going with?
Well, I think this game might not be a little bit more of a fight than you think it's going to be, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Clutches is going to roll through this one.
All right, Statman.
Mr. Clutch, they win this game, have a very good shot at the division. If JPP Firework and Senate pulls it off, I like Mr. Clutch's fake football team to get the win.
All right, we're going to sweep that one. Next up, we got Get Off Me.
Get off me!
In a must-win game versus the FC Acid Kickers. Statman, who you taking?
Whew. Get Off Me needs the win here to have any shot at the playoffs. FCS Kickers is going to have Delaney Walker on bye, Isaiah Crowell on bye. Going with Get Off Me to get the win. And I don't have them making the playoffs based on my other two games, but they got a very good shot at it.
I'm going to take Get Off Me as well.
All right, we're going to sweep that one. And last pick of the regular season here, the Scarlet Pimps versus the Unseen Academicals. I'm taking the Pimps. What about you, Kamish?
Let's see. The Academicals are 0-5 all time against the Pimps. But the Pimps got a couple of their core receivers on bye this week. I'm calling an upset, and I'm saying Academicals. Because I think the Pimps know they got their stuff locked down. They're going to snooze this week.
I'm saying Academicals. Jordan Reed had a sort of shoulder injury, came out and finished the game last week, but seems like he might not play this week. Tom Brady sounds a little banged up. Mariota's on bye. I think Unseen Academicals is more hungry than the Pimps this week. I think Unseen Academicals gets the win here, creating some more drama. Pimps, they're already a 1 or 2 seed. This game doesn't even matter to them. So, going Unseen Academicals.
All right, so get your picks in, ladies and gentlemen. I need to ask a quick question here because I'm afraid I don't actually know. Do the fantasy pool pick $50 go into playoff picks as well those weeks, or does it end at the regular season?
I don't remember. I'll have to consult the rule book and get back to you.
I don't remember either.
Okay, none of us remember. If it does end in the regular season, congratulations, Joel Hoff, because by math, no one can beat you because I went to put my picks in at noon on Thursday. It turns out the game started at 11-something, so I wasn't allowed to do it. Although I would have been pretty accurate last week, I have a feeling, minus myself. And the only one closest to you is 7 away. There's only 6 games. So if it goes into the playoffs, you're going down, Hoff. I'll make it up. Otherwise, congratulations, man. You got $50. See you.
All right. Well, this has been another exciting season of the Big Dynasty League. I look forward to a lot of stuff going and happening off-season this year. Revamping trades, maybe adjusting some more stuff in the league. We'll see. Stay in touch. And I can't wait to see what happens in the playoffs and who is going to take that beautiful Dave Lapham trophy home.
It's beautiful. It's huge. I love it.
So excited
It's
I want that
magnificent.
trophy. I want that trophy so bad.
Man. Anyways, all right. That's all, folks.
Good luck to everybody this week.